So I recently purchased myself 2 film cameras. I got a Pentax K1000 because I heard it was a tank and I felt confident it would work coming from a random seller on eBay. And I got a Canon TLB because I forgot I placed a bid on it and it charged my card and showed up in the mail. But that's fine because it was only like 50 bucks anyways. I wanted to break in these cameras and test their functionality in a fun little way, so I decided to take a trip to Rock Island State Park. Full disclosure, at this point I had already blasted through 2 rolls on the Pentax because I was excited, but the lab was super backed up and I still had no clue how the photos would turn out or if the camera worked at all, and I had blasted through half the roll on the TLB the afternoon prior just because I wanted to get a feel for how that camera functioned. All that to say, I brought my Fuji X-T30 in case I ran out of film for cool pictures or if the cameras just didn't work, period. With my Pentax loaded with a fresh roll of HP5 and my TLB half full of some Fujicolor C200, I set off for Rock Island, Tennessee. The park's about 2 hours away from Nashville, and there's a lot to see along the way. I was already running a little bit behind since I wanted to stop for some Jesus chicken, so instead of being responsible and pulling over, I set my Fuji to auto and I just used it as a point and shoot while driving. Obviously none of these turned out great since you can't really focus on the shot, but it's always kind of fun to see what you got at the end of the drive. As I finally pulled into the parking lot, I noticed a really cool picnic structure just sitting empty in the middle of it, so I decided to use it as my subject for my incredibly mediocre warm-up shots. All in all, the parking lot didn't have that much interesting stuff, and the swimming area was kind of bland. I only ended up taking this picture on the Pentax, which like really sucks. I mean seriously, this would flunk me out of a composition class. It's complete shit. Anyway, I finished up my warm-up shots and I hopped back into my car to drive to a picnic area I passed on my way in. As I pulled up, there was this cute old couple facing the water having lunch together, and I thought it was a really sweet scene, so I wanted to take a picture really quick. I took one from my car just in case they heard me get out, and then I grabbed all my equipment and nabbed another one without the car window as a frame. Surprisingly enough though, I actually like the car one a bit more. I just think I like how sloppy it is with the couple just out of focus, and I like the overall angle and pose a bit more. There wasn't too much going on at the picnic area, but there was one cool table with a little stream by it. The only issue was there was a storm starting to roll in, so I really had to slow down my shutter speeds, which gives water that blurry effect that I really don't care much for, at least while I'm shooting handheld. After I took that shot, that was when the storm winds really started to pick up. Here's like a Hollywood-esque high art clip of the storm coming in. Yeah, don't worry, I learned my lesson. I started filming with my phone after that. I won't ever film with a lens without OIS again. Once I was kinda tired of getting pelted with sticks and leaves, I started making my way back to the car. The couple from earlier was just ahead of me and I got this shot. I love this one. I feel like it just captured the moment so well. You can see in their posture how uncomfortable they are and their desperation to get to their car as quickly as possible, plus a little bonus for that cool purplish storm light. From there, I drove my own car to this dilapidated recreational area. I managed to get a few pictures before the sky dropped. Apparently the light drizzle that was forecasted at 1 turned into a major piss. Some of these turned out kinda cool. I love how it just looks so abandoned and empty. It'd be super cool to have some subjects playing in the rain, but I guess folks in Rock Island have no dedication to the game. Speaking of a lack of dedication, I sat in my car for about 10 minutes debating if I should just head home since it was raining so hard, but I didn't want to waste a 2-hour journey on 30 minutes of exploration, so I started driving to the section of the park that's called Blue Hole. I was immediately greeted by danger signs telling me it was a strenuous trail and that water levels were unpredictable and dangerous, along with the world's creepiest bathroom, but I'll let me talking to the camera explain my thought process.
Well, it's probably a stupid time to do this considering the conditions. but you know, I drove 2 hours to be here, so adventure.
Let me say it was a great decision from an adventuring standpoint, but an unfortunate one for a photo one. I am a guy that wears glasses, and glasses do not like the rain. There were water droplets all over them, and they were completely fogged up, and I couldn't tell what the hell I was doing through the viewfinder. I know these sound like excuses, and that's because they are. All that to explain the not so great shots you're about to see.
Well, I did it. I made it to Blue Hole, which looks like shithole. It's really, really muddy. Found this little bug. I think he's kind of cute, so I'm gonna take a picture of him, and it's gonna look moody and green.
Once I got away from Blue Hole, I decided to drive myself to some higher ground and ended up at yet another parking lot with a neat looking recreation area and some power lines looming in the background. After grabbing some shots of that, I noticed a sign pointing to a gorge overlook, and I could see some really cool mist through the trees.
No idea how the f I ended up here, but the clouds are kind of filling in the gorge. You could see a waterfall over there, and it looks super cool on camera.
I think these ended up looking kind of cool in black and white. They probably could have been set up compositionally better, but I think I was a little too excited about the mist to care. Once I was finished messing around there, I set off to find the area that the park was actually known for, the waterfalls. I set off and swiftly got distracted again.
Well, I found this really cool power station in this convenient parking lot for a trailhead right next to it, so hopefully I'll find some cool stuff around here. Update, the power station wasn't that cool. I didn't get any great ones. I'll still throw some up. Just so you know, I'm not lying to you, they really did suck.
The power station was alright. I did get the very typical but kinda cool shot of the power lines on the Pentax, so this one goes out to all you line fans out there. I went on the trail that was just off the side of the parking lot, and it didn't go so well.
Well, this trail isn't nearly as exciting as the other one. Update, this trail sucks. I don't think I need to take any more pictures of power lines. This is terrible. There's so many spiderwebs, so many flies. I'm turning around. This sucks.
Yeah, it was a negative experience, but I did get some neat trail photos, and I got a picture of a boat. Moving on, I drove 2 minutes down the road, and I found what I was actually looking for, the waterfall basin.
See, now this is what I'm looking for. This is the scenery that I wanted. Oh yeah, this is great. It's so gorgeous. There's just like waterfalls like all the way down the steps. It's so cool. Man, this whole root system from all these trees looks so cool.
Obviously, I was really enjoying myself. Once I had been dumb and got my glasses and myself soaked again by taking a shower in the waterfall,
that was wet.
I set out to the basin.
This ended up being absolutely lovely. You know, there's a point where I was thinking about maybe I'll just head in my car, head home. I am so glad I didn't. I'm wet and having such a good time.
The sun was finally starting to come out again, which meant I could shoot at faster shutter speeds, and with the Fuji using the electronic shutter, I could shoot at up to 1/10,000th of a second. This meant I could get shots of the falling water that I really wanted. I really like how these turned out. Even though they seem a bit cliche, I couldn't find any pictures of the place that captured this element of it. I just love how still and relaxing these feel. After taking those, I just kind of went around and shot random pictures of the basin. Just about everything there was beautiful, so there were a lot of things to take pictures of.
This admittedly feels a little precarious with all the equipment I have. We got a fucking litter alert, and anytime I see litter, I take a picture of it. Let me pick this shit up.
In tandem with the Fuji, I was also trying out the TLB. It clearly isn't the cleanest camera ever, but I do like it for the old-timey aesthetic. Some pictures have light leaks and random artifacts, especially this one, which would have been so cool if it wasn't for the giant light burn right in the center. I feel like this is some 1970s shot taken for some state park showcase magazine. I really love it, but luckily I did get digital pictures without the artifacts that look nice as well, just not nearly as much aesthetic.
Well, it wouldn't be a photo shoot with me if I didn't take a picture of a pretty flower that I saw. Like little divots in the rocks are so cool. They almost look like little craters or something like that. I feel like I'm taking pictures on the moon.
Overall, I'd say it was a very successful day. In the end, I could be disappointed that I didn't get as great of shots as I could have, but I think the important part was I got myself out there and I managed to take some photos. All in all, this was super fun, so if you guys liked it, I'll keep doing it, and honestly, I'll probably keep doing it anyways because I thought it was really fun. You know, I gotta say all the YouTube like and subscribe and leave a comment and ring the bell, but you know, let me know which photo was your favorite down below. Thank you guys for sticking with me on this little adventure. It was a really good time to go out and shoot, and I'm glad I did it. So I hope y'all get out there, have some little adventures too, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you and good night.